back on Mars, back in Gale Crater, and we have here today a set of images from the Mars Curiosity rover, and this is set 2972. Now, this is Sol 2972, which was only literally uploaded to this site yesterday, I think. As you can see, they've still got these red marks on them, which means they've just been uploaded. And it's quite a large set, right? What I've done is I made a Gigapan of this, a multi-pan, which is here. We've got the larger one at the top and two others. This one's a close-up of the ground. This one is the sort of distant shot. And then we have the foreground here, which is the most interesting bit because that's got the best detail. The thing I found is a figurine, and it looks like an alien or Martian, I should say. I think female. I'm going to show you where to look first. Now, by the time you watch this video, this Gigapan will be up on my Gigapan site, and there'll be a link in the description near the top below. Okay, so you can click on that and go to my Gigapan and have a look yourself. And you need to zoom in right near the center here, just left of center, just here, and then near the bottom of the top pan here, right? And we've got this angled rock here, and a dark sort of complex rock next to it here, right? Dark, well, more shadow on it. And then we have here the figurine, and there it is, okay? Alien figurine. I'm calling this the Mars girl, or alien girl, okay? Now, what I've done is I've taken a clip of this, and I've enlarged it and enhanced it, and I put it in the Gigapan here, so you'll be able to see this on the Gigapan site. I've really bumped up the size on this so that you don't have to zoom in too far to see what's there. You can just zoom in a little bit and you'll be able to see it. Raw clip on the left, enhanced clip in the center here, color filter added, contrast added, and a tiny bit of sharpness added, and that's it. This is a very, very simple, very delicate enhancement. I haven't gone in hard. If you go in too hard with these things and over sharpen them, they break up and look worse, okay? The images are in slightly soft focus because it's in landscape mode. I'm really hoping in the coming days that we get some closer images of this particular spot. The camera may, the rover may move forward a bit towards this, hopefully, and we may get some real close-ups. I'm hoping, okay? So fingers crossed on that one. The back, got an arm coming round like this. Here's the head, chin, neck, detail on the back of the neck here. Don't understand that. It's like a collar or something. The head is very strange, comes up like this. We got two eyes here, which I've darkened. Well, I've darkened the whole image slightly with contrast. Can just about make out two eyes and a nose here, a small nose, right? And we have a join here, or a line, which looks like the top part of the clothing, and then the lower part here. Now this to me looks like the other arm and a hand up against the face, right? If you look at it carefully, you can see all that. Now let me get rid of that because I'm not, if you leave these on here, it obscures a lot of the information. There we are, okay? Now, is this a female? I think so. Is it a female holding a baby? Possibly. This could be an object or something. There's something here. Now I think that's the other arm, but I could be wrong. She's cradling something here. Now whether that's an object or I don't know. My first impressions when I found this was that is an arm going around here. You can see the shoulder joint there. Right? And then the other arm is kind of cupped. The elbow's cupped in this hand here. perhaps, and then comes up like that, and this is the other hand, fingers outstretched, touching the side of the face, but I could be wrong. Chin here, obviously, neck, that back is a nice shape. We got a line here, there's a crease there. So this is a figurine of someone wearing clothing, and this is the sort of butt area, and it's joined to this. So it's not an entire figurine, it's kind of like a bust really, but from the sort of the hips upwards, that's the hip area here, and it's joined to this, which in turn is joined to this, which is in turn joined to that, probably, from what I can make out. This is buried in sand, and we're only seeing the top part, but this is kind of attached to a kind of plinth-like part of the figurine, like a stand of some sort. Now, this was probably in a building, perhaps on a mantelpiece, perhaps attached to a wall, I don't know. It's quite small, I would say about 5 or 6 inches. I'll see if I can work that out more accurately, but it's very difficult with these images. And there's the face. The face doesn't have a great deal of detail here, and I've enlarged this so it's actually gone a bit fuzzy. What I will do is I'll show you in a second. There's the nose, there's the eyes, and we've got these weird kind of things on the head, like some kind of headgear, right? There we are, and this is kind of joined to that, which is kind of, it looks like it's a bit broken. It comes down to here, but there's sort of marks in the sand here. It probably goes right down, I would say, right down like this into the sand, and is joined to this broken up part here. Okay, it's a bit vague. There's not a great deal of detail, but the shapes are very telling, and it really does look like a figurine of an alien girl or woman. And what else can I say, really? I don't know who it represents, whether this is a goddess or some kind of figurine of an important person, I don't know. It's likely to represent somebody of importance, because figurines aren't generally made of everyday people, not on Earth anyway. This could be a burial figurine, it could have been in a grave. There are lots of burials in the area. This is a lake bed, and a lot of the stuff, I think, has been washed into this area. So this is probably attached to sort of a block or something below, and the whole thing may have moved and come from a grave nearby that's been eroded and exposed, perhaps, and it may have moved. A lot of these things in this lake bed have been washed into it from higher up the mountain and further higher up in Gale Crater, because this is one of the lowest points of Gale Crater. And during the cataclysm, there would have been landslides, mudslides, tsunamis, and all sorts of things going on. And there's lots of crazy things washed up in the area. As you can see, you've got this debris field here, and there's loads of strange-looking things. There was this rather strange rock here as well, which looks to me like it might be an animal carving, which is kind of broken. You've got an eye here, like a dragon or something, but it's very odd. I may take a clip of that and put it on the Gigapan, actually, because it's rather strange. But it may not be. That may just be a rock, and it just happens to look that way. But you've really got to think twice when you're looking at these images, because there's some crazy stuff that I've uncovered over the years. Many figurines, many statues, many objects. I think it's about 5 or 6 inches, but I could be wrong. It could be 4, it could be 8. Who knows? But it's that kind of ballpark. And even in the raw image, actually, you can see some quite good detail there. If you go in too close, obviously it pixelates. Basically, you can see that, the back, the curving like that. You can see the arm here. You can see the possible other arm or thing here. And then the head with two dark eyes, and there's a shadow for the nose there. Okay? And you can just about, actually, if you look really carefully, if you look just here, you can see a little shadow just there where the mouth is. So there it is. You can see the head, you can see the back, you can see the arm coming round, and another arm here or something being held, curving round, There's a join there. So this is a figurine of a woman or a person wearing a top or a jumper or some kind of top, because you can see a join, as if that's a garment of some sort, okay? And there's even a sort of collar sticking out the back, just by the neck here. So it's got a collar, and the head's very strange because we've got these weird shapes on the side of the head, and the top here. Right? But you can see, even in the raw clip here, just here, you can see that shadow where the nose is. You can see the eyes and a tiny shadow where the mouth is. And it's very similar, in fact, in shape, I would say. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. It's very similar in shape, I would say, to the goddess figurine that I found a while back. Now, this was one I found last year, just over a year ago, 2019. Goddess figurine found on Mars, right? I'm just going to play a tiny bit of that to show you that this isn't a one-off. And in fact, on my channel, there are loads of these things on my channel. Loads of statues and things like this lying on the ground. Some of them are still stood up. A lot of them are broken. This one's not in great shape and was encrusted into this mud in this lake bed where we are today, not far from here. Okay, not that far away, probably less than, probably only 1 or 2 kilometers away from where we are today. Really not that far. And there's the figurine encrusted in all this mud, which is solidified and dried out, solidified and gone hard. So I took a clip, rotated it round, and it's very similar to the goddess Aphrodite from Earth, ancient Greek goddess. Okay, so there are lots of these types of things on my channel, as my subscribers will already know. Not only are there figurines, but there's these giant plants on the surface. There's things that look like robots, giant skulls. There's buildings. There's mummies, aliens, massive structures with massive carvings on the side. All sorts of crazy things. Cities, towns, all in ruins mostly, from what I can tell. And if you want to see more things like this today, then go to this playlist here called Mars Sphinxes and Statues. There are over 100 examples of statues and figurines that I've got on my channel. 95% of them are ones that I've found, but there's the odd one that other people have found as well, which is cool. Okay, so come and check them out. Here's the figurine here, the goddess figurine. So you can find these quite easily, but I will link to these videos at the end of this one. The alien girl. The question is she holding something here? Or is that her other arm and a hand? That's the question. I don't think the question is whether this or is not a figurine, because it clearly is. The question is, who is it? Is it someone of importance? Probably. Goddess? Maybe. Alien? For sure. Martian. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share it on social media. I will see you soon.